Good evening, everybody. This is Robin Heron, your carnivorous grandma here. Welcome to the Women of Wisdom series. Tonight we're going to be talking to Gie Brown, just waiting for her to come in. I actually sent her the link to I sent her the link to her phone and not her computer. So she should be coming in here any minute now. But in the meantime, I do want to just go ahead and share my scripture that I have for this series. This series is called Women of Wisdom Speak. And my scripture that I have for this is 1 Timothy 4 and 1 through 5. And it talks about now the Spirit speaks expressly in the latter times that some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron, forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meat, which God has created to be received with thanksgiving of them, which believe and know the truth. For every creature of God is good and nothing to be refused if it be received with thanksgiving. And I see G coming on in. So, hey, G, good evening.
Hey, hold on. I'm trying to get, wait a minute. That's the
All right,
earbuds. I
take
got to
your
switch over
time.
to
Take your time.
time. I got hello. No, listen. The link on my phone, and I'm like, wait, I can't get it to the computer. But I should
Oh
not have
my
waited
gosh.
this amount
So
of time.
sorry
So
about that.
don't worry. Can you hear me okay?
All right. I can hear you okay. You look absolutely fabulous. Oh, you just went on mute. Okay, no problem. No problem. So, I just
There.
want to share while we're waiting. Oh, there we go. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, you look amazing.
Oh, thank you. Look, here my husband over here fixing the lights and stuff. He's like, you glowing. It's the
Yeah,
carnivore glow. We keep trying
it's
to
a
tell you.
carnivore glow. Yes, which we all have, and it's amazing. Um, G, I know that we have met before, and
Yes.
I'm super excited because we're having a new show that's going to be starting on Monday. But
Yes.
for those who have not met you yet, can you just introduce yourself?
I sure can. Hi, everybody. My name is Gie Brown, Gie Brown, the lifestyle changer. And I have been carnivore. Today makes 160 days, 162 for
Congratulations.
my husband. I am the co host of Hanging with the Browns. It is a show that I talked my husband into because he was an avid YouTube watcher. He's repaired a lot of things. He's done some great things, and he and I, um, next month he turns 60, and then in July of 2024 I turn 60. And with that being said, our vehicles looked wonderful on the outside,
Mhm.
but if you lift the hood up, boy, did we need oil changes, some timing belts, some
Mhm.
Catalina converters.
Yeah,
We had some issues.
right.
And so yeah, it
Yeah, I
got
hear
really
you.
hard for him. On and off. We just took turns. It seems like when he was feeling well, something female was going on with me. And I need to say to you, something else that took my time was you and Dr. Kills. Girl,
Was
girl.
that show amazing or what?
And I don't say that about a lot of shows. I really, really don't. There are some where he kind of kept me on the edge of my seat. And
Yes.
then I saw where you invited him. Okay, look, Dr. Kiltz, you can't be asking the non-medical people them questions that you be trying to throw back out. Now, look, I'm looking into the camera to you. You can't do that because I'm telling you right now.
Who?
Do that to me. Yeah,
I
I was
felt
like,
like I
oh,
was in a test for real. I was like, this is a test. I'm
but you
failing.
know what? He was making sure that you got it. That
Yes.
see, he's like my husband. I couldn't stand my husband like trying to tutor me and stuff. man, just tell me. You just asking me all these questions. He's just making sure that you got it. And
Right.
so I kept looking at the time and I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish this. And then when I ran in here, the thing was on my phone, but I've been set up
Yeah.
for a few hours. It was like no big
Mhm.
deal. Um,
I truly
but
have
let
to
me
go
just
back
finish.
and listen to that because it was
I'm
absolutely
telling you,
incredible.
yeah, I will watch that more than once, Robin. I will watch that more than once. So,
Yeah.
if anyone did not see that interview that she did earlier today with Dr. Kiltz, go to her channel. Oh wait, I forgot to hit this, Robin.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. The people
I
probably waiting for
know.
you to show up too.
Stop. I
While you're
know.
doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and say hello to Kel. Hey, Kel. Welcome. So glad that you are here. And then also Sigma Carnivorous. Ooh, I love that name. Hello from Indianapolis. Hello. We are so glad that you are here. So yeah, that Dr. Kilt's interview was so informative.
Oh, it
Just
really
absolutely
was.
incredible. Man, yeah, you got to go listen to it. If you have not listened to it, you should definitely go listen to it and you will learn a lot. So
Yes.
I did, and I'm gonna have to go back. And he gave me 4 books to read. So I'm like, okay.
Okay, that was afterward. But listen, because even you saw I put in our group how the plants are the predators and we are the prey. Yeah, I
Yes,
saw your mouth drop open on that, and then I saw like
yes.
how he was breaking that down. But it was some more stuff. I left my book in the other room. Yeah, so I don't have that with me. But let me just finish that for those that don't know our story.
Mhm.
Frederick was on a my mother's walker. It started at the end of December, the beginning of January of this year. We are in 2023. And um, I really thought that just like they normally teach us, where they say, oh, honey, when you turn 40, yeah, your body start breaking down. And I believed that for a long time. But no, what it is that at different stages of your life, because if that's the case, we now have teen diabetics, we
Yes,
have babies, children with cancer. And it's like, what? And that's what I was really thinking about when he was talking, because it's like, no, baby, your body can no longer take these preservatives and everything that you are putting in it. And
right,
so your so-called old people things that's happening with your vision and where you need your readers, that's because your body can no longer handle the toxins from the food that we're not supposed to be eating. I
right,
tell people all the time, a chef did not make that box, a chemist did, because they
right.
now have tweaked into all of our taste buds, and they know what to put in. Example, your regular Morton salt,
Mm-hmm.
little girl with the little umbrella, it
Mm-hmm.
has I think it's dextrose, and that's sugar. You don't
That's
taste it
crazy.
be, because of the salt aspect, but that's sugar over in it, and it's hitting you on that micro level in your
Yes.
body, and it keeps that little sense of craving. Just imagine if you were trying to get off of uh heroin, cocaine, crack, don't matter. And someone was sneaking a minute amount over into your food. And
Mm-hmm.
you're wondering why you're always having that little craving of this, because it is in all of our foods. When I now think, I was not brought up on baby. 60 years ago, there was no Similac.
Right, right. Yeah.
So I survived. My mother was not able to always breastfeed. I think I had carnation milk.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? It's sweeteners in that as
It's
well.
sweet. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Right.
is. It's a sweet milk. And we start with the kids. And, a lot of times people don't. We just had Halloween and people are worried about the ghosts.
You feel
Oh,
me?
it's dextrose. Look, you
You're
see how he
wrong.
telling me?
Dextrose.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
upstairs. I ain't fooling with him. But
You're good.
You guys are worried about the ghosts and goblins. Baby, you need to be worried about the candy and the sugar.
That's right.
Because the ghosts and goblins, it might scare you, but all that candy that you went to get that now we got kids looking for year after year after year is killing them. Your teeth, your ADHD, it's just so much. It goes on and on. Go ahead, Robert. What's the next
Yes.
thing? I
So
know
one
I
of the
just
things
got
that he
carried
said
away.
today that just blew my mind. That first one you just said about the plants are the predators, and I had like pause right there. What?
You did. You did. And then I had to rewind to write it down.
But the second
I
thing that he
did.
said that was like mind blowing to me is I was asking him what diseases can be taken care of or managed through a carnivore diet. And he said that
Mm-hmm.
all disease comes from a plant-based, lean meat, low fat diet.
Yep.
I was
He
blown
said that.
away.
But here's the thing, for him to say it and it's that simple, and then what
Mhm.
happens, because no one wants to be in the wrong. So then
Right,
all of a sudden you want to clutch your pearls and say, wait a minute, I grow my stuff fresh out back. You
right.
can't turn around and tell me. Well, here's a couple of things that I can tell you. There's someone in the carnivore community. My husband tells me about this gentleman all the time because before he was carnivore, he had, what's that bag called? He got a poop bag.
A
Whatever the name
colostomy,
of
was
it
it
is. I don't
colostomy?
whatever. I don't know, but
I
that's the
think a
bag.
colostomy bag, yes.
Okay, all right, sounds
Mhm.
good. Somebody down in the comments can tell us. But uh, oh, I'm missing comments and everything. Okay, so
Okay.
he said that prior to carnivore, his bag was full. You can see where
Yes!
his stuff didn't break down. He said
Mhm.
now being on a carnivore diet, that the bag, it takes a while to even fill up
Yes, I
because
saw
his
that.
body is using what he's putting in it.
Right.
And for some reason, we cannot believe that. So then I can tell you because I was vegan before carnivore,
Mhm.
and I had the poop issue with the carnivore diet. So for those that don't know, hey Pursue, for those that don't know, when you become carnivore, most carnivores do not have a bowel movement every day. And what they taught us in the past was that meat is sitting up in you, is rotten.
That's right.
It takes a long time for you to digest. It takes forever to
Mhm.
go through your system. That's what they told us. But what it is that most of it has been absorbed back over into, hey, Karen, most of it has absorbed back over into your body. And so it's not a lot in there. You're expecting that amount to come out when you eat the fruits and vegetables and stuff like that, because that was
Right.
my issue. I hadn't pooped. I'm used to pooping 2-3 times a day. And now all of a
Mhm.
sudden, some days that went by. All that said was your stool is what your body couldn't use. So let's let that sink in for a
Mhm.
moment.
And
You
one thing
think
he did
about it.
say too, G, he said when he would look into the bag, because he can look into the bag and see what the stool looks like that's coming out, that you can see pieces and parts of those plants that are not digestible. And that's what Dr. Kiltz was saying today too, is that food, that those plants are not digestible. They're not bioavailable to the body. And so they just pass through. And another thing he said is that fiber, we don't need no fiber, which we know that, but it's like a Brillo pad in the colon. What? He
Yeah,
was
so
dropping
a couple
knowledge.
of things that for me, diverticulitis, he started talking about that, endometriosis. I had 3
Mhm,
surgeries in regards to that. I was
mhm,
trying to hold on to my female parts. You know what? I'm going to put that on one of the shows. I
right.
actually, the same way he turned his phone around and showed you those
Yes.
fibroids he had just took out. Well,
Mhm,
when I had my uterus taken out, it was taken over by fibroids. They told me my uterus was stretched to the size of somebody that was 7 months pregnant.
Oh my gosh.
And so
Wow.
when they took that out, and I can show you all them lumps and everything that was on my uterus. So, colostomy bag. I see where Frederick, he good. He
Okay. Thank you,
watching,
Frederick.
he heard me. I
We
know.
appreciate your support.
Yes, Dr. Chafee always say plants are trying to kill us. Here's the thing though. I think sometimes, and my husband gets with me on that. I said that to you already. I said, but you evidently you didn't use these words that just really hit me. And that's
Right.
what it is. Pastors get upset all the time because they can preach to their congregation, and then here comes somebody ain't saying nothing new, and they falling out on the floor. Yeah,
Right.
and it's like,
Right.
so it happens to us all the time. But
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. That was
yeah.
just, it was so good. I mean, that was just so good. Go watch it if you haven't had a chance to see it.
Yes,
It's
if you
it's it's
haven't
my
watched it, and I told Frederick that we were going, the next time we watch it, we'll be on a separate device because I've already watched it through that. He was, my husband has the premium, so he
Mhm.
doesn't get any commercials. And
Okay.
right, so he was like, "You trying to make me watch it and watch the commercials?" Yes, go watch the commercials.
Watch the commercials,
Watch
Frederick.
the commercials. Yes.
So Mia says, "Happy Meat Saturday. Blessed to catch you live."
Hey,
Thank you so much for
Mia,
being here,
how are
Mia.
you? I know you caught us in the midst of.
Yes,
I'm trying to
indeed.
see because you did send me an email. I'm just going to have to trust you. I don't want to look down at my phone. I just want to see everybody.
No problem. So this is Lee Corpus. That's right. That's who this is, Kent Carnivore. And that is the guy that we're talking about. He has a YouTube channel as well, so you should check him out. Very, very
He's
interesting.
the one with the bag.
Yes.
Look at that. We're talking about you. My husband watches you.
Oh, this is Carnivore
Yeah.
Transformer who's telling us that this is Kent Carnivore. That is the person. Yeah. That's
Oh, okay. Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. I was wondering. I say, well, it say Kent Carnivore, and you change your name. I got you. I got you. I got you.
Hey, Carnivore Transformer, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. There's a question in here, and it
Yes.
says, this is from Squeaky Toys 59. How do I encourage my 31-year overweight daughter to change her eating habits to carnivore? I'm 8 weeks on carnivore and have lost 15 pounds. I want the same for my daughter. I'm assuming that's what they're trying to say.
Okay. So I'm going to give two answers. The first one is blunt. 8 weeks is not enough to convince her. It's convincing to you because your body is changing and it's like, whoa.
Yes.
And then here's another thing, because I'm going through this with my daughter as well. They've seen us do other things. So she knows when I did the 10-day cleanse. She knows when I was almost 5 years vegan. She knows when she'll come over and I'm on a fast, but pretty much trying to get my body so I can start losing this weight. She's seen me go up and down, up and down. Well, now my verbiage has changed. I now say I will never be big again. I do that hashtag never be big again. And I say that all the time. And this is also my road to 60. So now the other answer is we can't push off on someone else what it is. And I know. 31, I don't know what health issues that she's having, but I can say sugar and sweeteners are equivalent to heroin and crack and cocaine. That is that type of addiction. Because keep in mind, chemically, it has been tweaked to get you to crave it. So the moment that someone starts talking about me changing, everything runs across my brain of what you're asking me to give up. So one way that of course, I always talk about try this for 30 days. And then the next thing is, I'm not asking you not to eat those foods. I'm asking you not to eat them right now.
Right.
So when I say it like that, I'm not asking you to turn your life around. I'm asking you, I can use Robin as an example. I think it was you and your daughter that came up with the sea lion. And then you said, I'm going to do this with, her for 30 days. And she had some other things, I believe, that you were doing as well, a book or something. I can't
Oh, the
remember it all.
75 medium. Yes, we were. Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. So all of this came into play and you guys put a time limit on it. So I can say the exact same thing. And it's like you can say to your daughter, hey, I've been doing this for 8 weeks and I'm feeling pretty good. How about would you try, let's come up with a date. Um, and honestly, I don't know what your work schedule is. Thursday is the best day to start this diet. Is Thursday, not a Monday. Monday already set you up for failure. And the
Right.
reason why I say Thursday
We've been
is
doing that
because
all our lives.
By Saturday, uh, if you've been eating a lot of sugars and carbs, you're going to have that crash. And at
Mhm.
least Saturday and Sunday, you are at home. Or some people
Right.
call it the keto flu, or whatever word you want to give it. You are at home when this is now happening to you, where you are fight. I just stayed in the bed. I didn't get
So
out.
make
I
sure that
just
you
said I'll
take
just go
your
to
yeah,
sleep
make sure that if she's gonna start, if she's gonna try it, I would recommend that she reduce her carbs first. If she's coming
ahead
from
of
a
time.
standard American diet, reduce your carbs down to about 20 carbs or less per day. 20 total carbs, not net carbs, because carbs are a lie. But and then try that for a couple of weeks and make sure to take some electrolytes so you don't have to be in the bed because you can avoid the keto flu if going into ketosis, it causes us to expel a lot of water, inflammation, right? So the inflammation comes off your body, and with that goes your electrolytes. So we need to supplement with electrolytes to keep us from getting sick. So if she's gonna try it, but I
Hey,
agree.
Rhonda.
We just, encourage her, continue to be an example. But I do agree that 8 weeks is a short period of time. We feel amazing in our bodies after 8 weeks, truly.
But
But
they haven't seen us
they
stick
haven't
to it
seen it.
long
Yeah,
enough.
right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Unfortunately, we as parents, okay, let me change that. Me as a parent, before somebody gets offended, whether you realize it or not, I have set up examples of how to quit. So sometimes our kids will watch us go for a walk. Okay, we excited. We post about it. Whoo, I'm out here. Day one.
Mhm.
Whoo, I'm out here. And then like day 14 or day 21, we don't see the post anymore.
Yes.
uh and and so they've witnessed that, um where you were all geeked up about
Mhm.
trying something, and
Yes.
by day 3 or 4, when your body starts crashing, you like, okay, maybe this one ain't for me. They watched you fail on that.
Yes.
So our kids are extremely smart, and over the years of them growing up, they have watched us. They might not have been in our conversations, but they
Mhm.
heard everything of
Right.
how we started and stopped,
Yes.
excuse me, a lot of things, whether we were trying to get out of debt. We didn't make it because we gave in for something, or we set this goal. So we have done a lot of starting and stopping, not realizing that they were our audience. And
Yeah.
so now we're on to something else, and this one is working. But I mean, that was one of the questions that was asked of me. It was by a young lady who's like my daughter. And that was one of the things that she said. It
Mhm.
was, well, you were vegan, so how do you know this one is right?
Right.
And my
Yep.
answer now is because I started a YouTube channel. Did you see me on the YouTube channel when I
Right.
was vegan? Did you see me
Exactly.
turn around on here
Or
cooking for
yeah.
y'all saying meatless meals? No, you didn't hear any of that because I was
No.
still inflamed. I was still going to the doctor. I was still getting back injections. I was still being put in a tube. I was still getting different ultrasounds. I was still
Yeah.
having surgeries. I was still having all of that. So
Right.
no, I did not have a YouTube channel and say anything. But now,
Yeah.
being reduced from medication, uh, losing weight without exercise,
Mm-hmm.
eating until I am like stuffed. And even if, a little later I want to go and get some more. But then Dr. Kiltz got on me today because I knew about giving the gut a
Time to
um a
rest.
break. Oh
Yes.
yeah, you have to. But then he turned around and said for it to really be empty, it's 3 days.
Right. I was like,
And we jumping up and down about, oh, it's been 24 hours since I
right.
ate.
Hey, I'm talking about 12, 16 hours. And I'm like, yes, I fasted. And he's like, no, you didn't.
No, you didn't. Yeah,
No,
he
you didn't.
burst our bubble on that one. But what he said just really made a lot of sense. So
Mhm.
one of the first things that I did before carnivore was intermittent fasting.
Mhm.
That was one of the first things that I did. And right now, today, I am not eating in my window like I'm supposed to. My
Mm.
window is like 2 to 4 or 2 to 5. That's my
Okay.
window right there because um it was over 10, 12, 11, probably 11ish years ago. I had the gastric sleeve done.
Mhm.
And I want people to know that even with that, I got down to it was before my 50th birthday. Um and I was just chugging away, and I got down to 164 pounds. My largest I've ever been was 260. I
Okay.
got down to the 164 on my 50th birthday. And
Mhm.
then when I was 50 in one day, I probably weighed 165. And then when I was 50 in 2 days, I probably weighed 168 because I had
Mhm.
never seen that 164 again,
Oh my
no
god.
matter what I did. Right.
Yeah.
I went right back up. And then it was, oh, Lord, don't let me get over 200. And we know that we say that. Oh,
Yes.
Lord, if you just let me get under 200, I promise I'm just not going to get
Do
back
the right
over. I'm
thing
going to
next
do
time.
right. I'm going to do the right thing. Just
Yes.
let me get up under 200. And we just put our right foot in and take our left foot out and
Mm.
shake it all about. We play with that scale at that 200 mark.
Yes.
And
Yes. So
now,
true.
now I can say, hashtag, I will never be big again because I understand now what my body needs, how it is that I'm supposed to do it. And I feel remarkable.
Amen.
I feel
So, yeah,
remarkable.
I totally agree with you on that, and I, was thinking about this today, how I'm very, very strict, like, I'm not, I might be a little bit over the top because I'm super strict, like, nothing will pass these lips that is not supposed to pass. So, um and I have to be that way because I have done that, what you just described, with that 200-pound mark over and over and over again. And I just do not want to allow myself to derail myself again. I don't know if at
Mhm.
some point, maybe when I'm 5 years in or something, I'll feel strong enough to taste something, but I'm like, I'm just gonna be strict because I know myself and I know how I go off the rails and and turn around in 2 years like, "Oh my god, I'm almost 200 pounds again." Now I can't let myself go over 200 pounds, so I have to stop myself and force my weight back down again. So I'm not planning on doing that anymore.
Well, let me share with everybody. So my husband is a lion. And for those in the carnivore community or outside of the carnivore community, they don't understand what that is. It is, he's pretty much beef. And that beef is normally a ribeye. But I did do some hamburger for him. And when we do hamburger, I look for 70-30, but now it's 77 and 23. 77 or 73,
Okay.
23, so whatever the 100
Yeah.
thing is.
Yes.
77, not 70, 30, 27. Okay.
Yeah, 27.
Um,
Mhm. Yes.
yeah. And salt and water. That's it. He can't do butter. He
Mhm.
can't do pork. He will do liver. And it's a lot of things that he can't have. Me, on the other hand, I can eat it.
Yeah.
But I will say this: if I feel, and this is the only way I know how to say it, if I feel some kind of way, and you're gonna have to understand what some kind of way means for you,
Uh-huh. Yep.
then what I do is I go and I start eating beef. I'll do
Yes.
steak, burgers. I'll stick to beef for 2, 3 days, and then I'll dabble back into some pork belly bites or something. I haven't had bacon in a while,
Ooh, I've
cooked
been
at
eating bacon
home.
every day since November 1, and we'll be eating it
Right,
for a
because
while.
right. And see, I haven't, and I am going to. I just took some out of the freezer. Get the one from Sam's Club, that, and Walmart actually carries it, where it didn't have the sugar and stuff in it. I know. Hey, Rhonda.
Yolanda. I just wanna say hey to some of these folks. There's a bunch of people in the chat saying hello,
Yeah,
hello,
come
hello.
on, bring them on
Yeah,
in. Just go
Kiwi.
and
Oh
click
my
on them, and
god,
let's
you are
just
so
say
right. We were lied to
over
over
and
and
over
over
again.
again. I was just talking to my son-in-law about this, like, and it's so hard for people to digest this, right? It's so the opposite. We're in opposite worlds. So everything that we have been taught and told about how we should be eating, what's good for our health and what's not, it's just all a bunch of lies, a pack of lies. It's just
For
unbelievable.
me to turn around and say to someone, red meat is good for you. Do not trim the fat. I
Mhm.
normally eat the fat first. You need to take in a lot of fat.
Yes.
And when you exercise, you're trying not to get, depends on your age, but for me, I try not to get my heart rate. I try to keep it between 123 and 125. Well, when you are actually doing that, you're not walking fast at all. I
Mhm.
used to get out here, honey, and almost slip my hip bone trying to go fast. And I'm like,
Yeah.
man, bump that. I'm finna jog. And then there you go. So either you're going to walk and hold that pace or sprint. Those are your two choices. And so with that, because the sprint, you just the burst, and then there you go.
Mhm.
Anything beyond that, in that center area, it's not doing what you want it to do. So I've learned that as well. And so when I'm sharing about what I do now in my lifestyle, and I have to tell you, no, I know you need to eat fat. And um, I'm working with a group of ladies, and one of the things that we've been doing is the broth. So my bones from this week, which
Mhm.
I didn't do. I had a beef brisket in the freezer because I had already eaten off of it because I barbecued it. And so I put that in my crock pot along with the T-bone bones, and I had a few steak remnants that I had because I had smoked them, had them in a bag. I had a smoked sausage that I did on the grill. I
Mhm.
put all of that in the crock pot, and then that'll end up being my carnivore tea that I will drink in the mornings, and I add extra butter to it. Last week, my pot consists of uh, I did some chicken wings, rotisserie chicken. I put a frozen piece of hamburger in there. I did chicken gizzards, and then I did the chicken livers. Now, the great part about the chicken livers is that they just disintegrated in there for the
Okay.
long part of cooking. So it was strictly all over in the broth. And so
Mhm.
I really enjoyed that.
Okay.
But liver has a flavor to it. So
Mhm.
after 3 days, what I did was I put it in a container and I froze it. Because what I didn't want to happen for me, I don't know about y'all, I didn't want to get to the point where I didn't want it anymore. It's like,
Right.
no, I'm tired of that flavor. So yeah, I
Mhm.
didn't want to do that. So I froze it. And that's what, which I would have drank for the rest of the week, but that's what made me do my stuff that's over there now. And always trying to get that added fat over in me. And that's the reason why I have to eat multiple times, because that one meal, it's not sustainable.
Yeah, so it's because of your gastric sleeve. They
Mhm.
made your stomach smaller, so you can't eat
Mhm.
one big meal. So you need to
Yeah,
eat
so
yes, that
it's
makes
not, I don't get that full sensation.
mhm.
Uh, I get that you better stop or you're gonna throw this back up sensation.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
Mm,
that's what I get. And
yes.
so, but I still, it tastes good and I still want it. But I know if I take one more bite, it's called dumping. And
Mhm.
they teach you about that.
Yeah,
And I had a dumping episode. I can't remember now. I know it's been, I think it's been within the last couple of weeks, if not 2, 3 weeks. And I had that surgery years ago. But if I eat too fast
yeah.
or try and put in that extra bite or somebody else, y'all, nope, mine coming back up.
So this is very
So
interesting. So someone who has had um a stomach alteration surgery, I guess I would say. What do they call that? Is it
the,
gastric
the
bypass?
well, see, the gastric bypass is where they cut your intestines and they bypassed it.
Oh,
The
bypasses.
gastric sleeve, everything stays intact. They just reduce the stomach. What they do is they put a pipe, a tubing, and that's the marker. And whatever it goes into the stomach, and then they cut and staple it, and that becomes your measurement there. And they pull it out,
Mhm.
and that's what's left of your stomach. Well, the stomach is a muscle, and
Right.
and they always tell you don't drink sodas because when the carbonation hits your stomach acid, is just like vinegar and baking soda. You get
Yeah,
that. And
yeah.
so that carbonation now starts stretching the stomach where you can hold
Okay.
more.
Oh, wow.
But
Okay.
then in my case, it can stretch it and possibly put a hole in it because it's been reduced. And when they
Mhm.
did mine, that nerve or send or whatever that sends the signal to the brain that you're hungry, it's rare for me to feel hunger.
Okay.
I don't experience hunger like everybody else does.
Mhm.
I used to, but then
Mhm.
that was cut off. So what will happen for me is that I'll start feeling, you get, well, before carnivore, I can feel my sugar levels drop. And then now, which was the same then, but what goes on now is that the acid that's remaining in my stomach, it starts churning, and like it gets overactive and it will pop
Oh, okay. Yep.
and work
Mhm.
its way back. And all of a sudden, I start with the heavy burping and burp
Oh,
and burp
Lord.
and burp. And then if I try to eat, I can probably take in 3 to 4 spoonfuls of something, because
Mhm.
now that the stomach is doing its thing, I physically can't take in any more food. So
Yeah.
when you start, that's why the window is good for me, and eating multiple times is good
Mhm.
for me.
Right. Yep.
That one it is, because I can take in. But what's going on lately is I've been starting a little earlier and finishing a little later.
Mhm.
You know
I
how
hear
we
you.
do,
I
but I'm
know.
still only eating meat. But
Yeah.
yeah, girl, last night
I
I
have to
had eggs and sausage. And you should have known it was wrong because I was sitting in the bed eating it. And my husband said, "You get ready to eat that show. Look, show live."
Totally is. Mhm. Yes. Jay Fields, hi from Ohio. Hi, Jay. Welcome.
Hey, Ohio. Okay, go ahead. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. What we got? What we
We
got?
got Missionary Lumpkin from my church. She always
Okay.
supports. I'm so appreciative of
Very
her.
good. Very good.
Yes, let's see. Carnivore Transformer Graham says, my advice, be the example. That's basically all we can do, right? That's the
Yeah,
main thing.
he's saying that with that young lady with
Yeah, with
daughter.
the
It
young
is.
lady, be the example. That's all we can do, really.
Stay consistent. Your
And then another
consistency.
thing is direct her to watch some of the doctors. These guys are out here talking, and they are talking a lot about
Honey,
all
go and
kinds of
watch
things.
the one she just did this morning with Dr. Kiltz. He broke that thing down, and
Good.
it'll just kind of show you where even the plants are broken down to sugars, where you feel that you are doing well. I have an issue with, like I said, Halloween, and most people give out them little lollipops called dum dums,
Uh-huh.
and they. I'm like,
That's about
the
right.
lollipop is telling you you are a dum dum,
For
and
eating.
you turn around, right? It's like they knew when they made it, and I can see them sitting around the boardroom. What should we call it? Well, this is going to cause cavities, diabetes, juvenile diabetes, possibly
Yeah.
cancer in young kids. Let's just call them dum dums because they dumb. Yeah, that's how that board meeting went. I was a fly on the wall. I'm telling you, that's how
Mhm. That
they said.
sounds about right. That sounds about right. So here, there's a question down here I want to bring up, but Kel says, I'm trying to get my hubby to join me, but he's so sugar addicted. It's sad. We
Yeah.
all were, literally, from the time of being a very small young child. If you'd, you know, from birth, literally, we've been eating sugar. I just came from my daughter's house, where it's my baby girl, my baby granddaughter, Autumn Sky's birthday. She just turned 1. Guess what she has all to herself
Her
at
own
the
cake.
age of 1? You know what I'm saying? So we're all addicted. We're all addicted, and some of us are able to
And
break
we're
free.
paying some heck of a prices for these cakes. I refuse. I said I'll go home, bake it myself. We'll figure this thing out.
No, that's
Um,
right.
but no, the cakes are expensive. I think about, we now feel obligated, to have the little birthday parties. The only
Mhm.
person that got it right was the tooth fairy, because she left money.
That's it, right. She didn't leave no
Everybody else,
seats. No,
even
that was
Easter eggs, they'd turn around, they put candy in it. The only one that got it right was the tooth fairy. She just left some money, and the
yeah.
kid then went and bought the candy.
All right, we got a question in here. I'm gonna bring that
Okay.
question up. Since you had the sleeve, I had it too. How long after starting carnivore were you able to start fasting?
Jasmine, if you can, okay, I don't know. You tell me this. Hopefully, you still on here because I don't know when the question came. Do you get hungry, and do you get the acid doing its job in your stomach? Because this might just be something in regards to me. So that part I don't know. Um, just think, start with intermittent fasting. Start with that,
Mhm,
because there's going to be some hours where you're not eating and it's not much of a stomach to shrink. So you don't have to worry about that. Let your body get adjusted to that. I've heard different ways of going back in regards to fasting.
mhm,
I believe in fasting, and here as a carnivore, and here's why. Frederick and I, we actually did even a show, and at the end, we just said we were going to do the intermittent fasting. We will probably not fast again like we did, because I did 3 days. Uh, it might have been four, because, and then on the fourth, I ate a 4-ounce steak. That
ooh,
was it. And
okay.
then the next day he came off the fast and we ate it. We documented it in the show. But here was the thing. The reason why I fasted was because I have a knot under my arm. And
Mm,
we went to I went to the doctor, and I had to have an ultrasound, and they just said it's a fatty deposit right there. And if it's not bothering you, or you can surgically have it removed. Well, it's under the arm, and I know there's some nerves, and I don't want another scar. Girl, if I'm gonna have surgery, it's gonna like suck in some skin or something.
Right,
It
I
ain't
know that's right. Give me a tummy tuck.
necessary on the side. Right. And then the other thing was, all of a sudden, I broke out across my chest. We had
Mm.
company over, and I look, I kept doing this. I felt like a chimpanzee just sitting there, just like scratching for them not to see. And I'm like, oh my God, why is my chest itching so? And it was just, I had a big, just welts
Oh,
across me.
wow.
And I unfortunately, when I mark up, whether it's a surgery, a scar, anything like that, the mark stays there, even though it goes away. In my
Mhm.
pigmentation, it stays there. So the first time it happened, okay, it went away, took some Benadryl. And then probably about a month later, it happened again.
Oh,
And I
wow.
was like, oh, what is this? And then because I've cut out everything, and I'm like, okay, look, was it some pork? I'm trying to think, what did I eat? Am I gonna have to turn into a lion? What's getting
Uh-huh.
ready to happen?
Right.
So I get into the doctor, they give me all these creams and stuff like that, and they say that I need to go to a dermatologist. This is like beyond like their scope. Let's
Mhm.
go. You might even have to have a biopsy of the
Lord.
skin. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's what it's all about.
right. So when this is the part I don't understand, they give you a referral, and it's 3 months before you can get to. Well, doggone it, if you a specialist, I need to get in now. Who said my
Right.
skin was gonna be messed up in 3 months? And then I go give you the fee for the specialist, with
Mhm.
your insurance. They cost more than your regular copay. For you to
Right.
tell me, oh, you need to be actively broken out before we can do anything. All right. So
Right.
I figured, if you fast, now this just regular people thoughts, because I'm not a doctor.
Right.
I've heard some information, but this is what made sense to me. Once you go carnivore and you are now, with ketosis, and then when you go without eating, your body is going to feed on the weaker cells, or anything that's like bad.
Mhm.
That's my terminology.
Autophagy. Yep.
Right.
Autophagy. Yep.
And so I said, well, I think I need to fast so it'll eat away at this knot under my arm, and whatever this is breaking out on my chest.
Mhm.
So the knot went down some. I know, because it really did protrude out, because I could squeeze down and feel it. Now, when I
Mhm.
squeeze down, I don't feel it. So I know it shrunk.
Okay.
And my chest has not broken out since.
Wow, amazing.
Right. So whatever was active, running around, because I haven't changed anything that I've eaten,
Mhm.
whatever was active, running around in my system. Keep in mind, I have so many years of eating the wrong foods that were not good for me, that
Mhm.
I cannot expect for 160 days for me to just arrive at all wellness. There are
Right.
going to be some things that must be worked out. The damage is done. So there are going to be some things that must be worked out. That does
Yes.
not mean to give up, because there is no way, Rhonda, I've joked about, oh my God, I hope a war doesn't break out, because I'll
Lord.
be looking at some canned food, and like, no, because pain comes with you. This isn't even about like eating for survival. It's like, I'm
Right.
going to survive to limp, or
Right.
survive and my back is back hurting, and I got the old people walk. What
Right.
survival is that?
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's where uh Laura comes
Laura, I was
in.
just thinking about Laura. Yes.
Yes, that's the reason why I love, we'll talk more about them towards the end, but that's one of the reasons why. Very good, B Dog. Um
See, let's put some of these up.
Carnivores Unite. That's right. Well,
Right.
okay, now that you said Carnivores Unite, let me just say real quick that, like I said, Frederick turns 60 in December, and we
Mhm.
will be on a cruise for his 60th birthday. And then I turn 60 in July. And then in
What's your
August is
birthday?
the 3rd.
Mine's the
My birthday is
22nd.
July. No, my birthday is the 1st through the 6th.
I know that's right. Mine is the 22nd, so we're in the same month.
All right, there you go. And both my granddaughters, them Grand Legacy girls, one is the 14th of July and one is the 29th. So they're in July with me. But we are celebrating on a cruise, and we've opened it up to the carnivore community because you guys have changed my life. This
Mhm.
community has changed my life, and I want to celebrate. And especially if you are doing content, you get to write that trip off on your taxes. It is a carnivore cruise. You will be doing interviews, you will have pictures, you will have plenty of what is this stuff that we get content. You have
Content.
plenty of
Yeah.
content. So you get to write this cruise off and celebrate. It is for your job. And so it is going to be on Celebrity Cruise Line, which is the sister cruise of Royal Caribbean, because we are loyal to Royal. We're doing that. The ship is Reflection. And if you go over to my page, Hanging with the Browns, almost every video has it down in the description, and you have until November 20th. It was October 28th, but we did have quite a few people reaching out, so we held back a few cabins. But after November 20th, you can still go and you can get booked in with us, but you won't get locked in at this price, because right now you get a drink package. It can be club soda or it can be a margarita. The choice is yours. It can be bottled water or beer. The choice is yours. But I've arranged for you to have the drink package. I've arranged for you to have Wi-Fi. Uh, all tips and gratuities are taken care of, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And then in each room, for each person will receive a $50 onboard credit, meaning you can take that $50 and you can go to the casino. You can take that $50 and pay towards an excursion. You could take that $50 and buy some gifts on the ship. Um, or you could take that $50 and go to the casino. Now, you ain't hear this from me, but you can put the $50 on your card and you can pull one time. If you win, great. If you don't, fine. Cash out and go get your money.
Keep it moving.
So, and keep it moving. Yeah.
Yes.
So you
Yes.
don't have to lose that. And we will have an event on there for us. And we will also, there will be um, gifts from Frederick and I for our anniversary in you guys' cabins and stuff. So it's a
Mhm.
lot that is offering. It starts on a Friday and ends on a Monday, August something. And this is normally the part that he turns around and says, because I didn't hold the dates. I don't. He get on me. I just know it's
Yeah,
my anniversary, 20
Frederick's
years.
in the chat. So Frederick, can you put those dates up there, please?
There you go. I
I
know
have to
Carnivore's
pull
right.
this up. Carrie! Yay! Carrie from
Hey, Homestead.
Hey.
Listen, I'm going to see him in a little bit. Um,
Yes. I know
yes.
carnivore is right because it's the only way of life that felt natural and proper. That's right. Every other diet seemed unnatural and unsustainable. You two are the best. Carrie, you're the
But
best.
you
Like,
know what?
subscribe. Yeah.
Carrie, I so agree, because here's one. My husband was doing the calorie deficit, and we bought a scale. He was measuring out everything. He was doing all of that, and hungry all the time. He would look at me, look, I'm over there and I'm eating because I wasn't doing what he was doing. And he's over there whittling away and counting every berry. No. Now
Mm,
I eat as many slices of bacon that I want and just go right ahead. And I am okay, so the smallest that I've gotten on the carnivore diet was 141 pounds. And
that's ex
then we went on that cruise not too long ago.
Ooh,
Yeah, and look how much down. Oh, it's for the cabin is 200. So if two people going to be in the room, it's $100 per person. If only one person, it'll be 200. But there you go. But you're going to get 50 of it back when you get on the cruise. So yeah, you'll get that. You'll get that back.
Jasmine wants to know how to get the lamp that you have behind you.
Girl, okay, but
So cute.
listen, it was in I think it might have been Rooms to Go, but it was being discontinued, and I scooped both of them up. But these been in here for about 6 years now, and every time I want to replace it or do something else, I just say I might have to replace the shade. Look, you see, I'm leaning over because, baby, that light. I agree, baby, that lampshade right there. Oh yeah, yes,
It's super
I'm in
cute.
agreement with you. Ain't no just joking, girl.
All
You
right,
was
there's a
admiring
bunch of
it too.
comments in here. Oh my
For the
gosh. Let me
lamp.
just
Okay, go
see if
ahead.
we
Just
have any
click
more
on them. Well, let's just read them real
questions.
fast.
Okay, let me just click. All right, great. So Mike Shaw
Howdy,
TV is
Mike
here. Hey,
Shaw.
Mike. Thank you for answering my
You are
question
more
about
than
my
welcome,
daughter.
sweetie. We are trying to help our babies.
Yes. So Mike Shaw
Okay,
TV did a
good.
lab results vid last night. I gotta go watch
I got
that.
listen, I got my lab results. I've had 2 sets of labs since becoming carnivore. And my first set, when I did my ratio between the triglycerides and the HDL, I believe it is, I was at a like a 2.57, if I'm not mistaken, when I first started on carnivore. Now I'm at a 1.53 in the ratio being on carnivore. But keep in mind the total cholesterol was high on both of those.
Mhm,
So the first set was through Frederick's job and our insurance. You go and they check your sugar and all that other stuff. And then I started getting the phone calls from them that I need to get into my primary care physician and all of that. Well, I got into my primary care physician, and later on, numbers are still up total, right? And so, and I'm saying to both of them, but I've never felt better.
yes.
I'm saying to you that my body is remarkable right now.
Right.
That
Yep.
I feel like I am 33 on the inside. I feel now that I am on the inside, locked in forever at 33.
Ain't that something? Yes,
Yeah,
the best
yeah.
age,
Yeah,
33.
it's like I'm locked in now. The outside and my driver's license and stuff say I'll be
Right.
60, but I'm locked in. And you, instead of trying to find out what am I doing, you're concentrating on this, trying to give me another drug.
Yeah. Mhm.
So we agreed, and I actually recorded my doctor's appointment where you all hear her and I talking, excuse me, on the channel. We agreed that in 4 months, we're going to do a fasting, make sure that I fasted. And she said, at midnight, but I got one better. I'm been fasted for 2 days when I go get this blood work. And
Okay.
so making
Because
sure that there's
he said you're
nothing
not even fasted, right? That's what Dr.
correct.
Coates said. You're not even
Yeah.
fasted until
You
you're
still have some stuff over in your system. So that is the goal that I am going to do. And then I'll get up on that second or third morning, depends on when that appointment is. I'll go in, I'll have them to draw, and then we'll go from there. But I also told her, how long did I fast? It was like 3.5 days, close to 4. And then I ate a 4-ounce steak, all because my stomach wouldn't hold much more than that anyway. But that was the only thing that I had. And then even the next day, it was one, and I was back on like one meal a day. in my little window. And at that time, I think I had shrunk my window from 2 to 4. So I got to eat. Look, there's the cruise, guys. It's August 16th to August 19th. Yay, of 2024. So guess what that means? That means you get to pay and make your deposit, make your payments,
Yeah.
and you get to get your body right. How you want it?
Yes.
And you get to put your swimsuit on. I tell you, can wear, baby. I got 2 pieces, honey. I got 2 pieces, 1 piece. The
Oh.
only piece I don't have is a thong.
Uh-oh.
I just ain't never liked that. Yeah, and
No.
carnivore did not make me like that either.
No.
But honey, I have ooh, and let me tell you, I've gotten really fast. So my husband, uh, 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 birthday, I told you, is next month. Baby, wait for the picture. Because my top, I have a long black dress, and the
Okay.
top is rhinestones on netting.
Ooh.
So that means you
Sexy.
can see through it.
Uh-oh.
So I had to get nipple covers.
Oh. Oh, boy.
Baby, I'm gonna be fast on the ship.
You're
I'm
gonna be
trying to
fast. You're gonna be
baby, I'm gonna be
fast.
fast. Yes. I'm trying to get caught by him. Yes. He's
Oh
60.
my
Yeah, I'm gonna let him
God.
chase me around the ship. Watch how he
Yeah.
look in that dress. Oh yeah, I can't
Yeah.
wait to put the pictures up. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, I didn't turn around, got carnivore, it just got just managing fast.
Oh my gosh. Gee, this has been awesome. I appreciate you, lady. You are just awesome. Can you
Thank
tell
you.
us about the
Mhm.
new show? We're over an hour, so just
That's
tell us
okay.
about the new
Listen,
show
guys,
that's
I
coming
know we
on.
try to keep this. We I'll be honest. God placed on my heart to have a show with different women, different walks of life. And I said to God, I don't know anybody nobody in my life is staying consistent to be on a show with me. And he
Mhm.
placed 4 women on my heart. And I said, okay, well, we'll see. And so I reached out individually to them, and everybody said yes. So I know it ain't nothing but God. And
Right.
so we are the fierce feline, but not felines like that. It is F-E, capital Lion, just like the female. We are the feline to the lions, and we are fierce. And the show is going to be I'm trying to make it different. But here's the thing. I don't know what anybody else is doing. I know what we're trying to bring to you. I know that people are concerned about their health. People are
Yes.
concerned about quick meals. So let me just give you a little bit broad around the table. We have a nurse. And one of the things, that's Laura, who we were talking about. And what I love about Laura and her channel is that Laura does a lot of things. Yes,
Yeah.
Laura does a lot of things in regards to
Prepping.
canning, prepping. Yeah, honey, the end of the world, I'm making my way to Illinois. Okay,
That's right. You're
so
going to
that's where
Lordstown.
we're going, because I know the food is over there at her. She goes out deer hunting, and I didn't know you could can meat. And so she, on her channel, she shows you, she said she didn't have butter that she's done for like 10 years and so on and so forth. So I'm telling you, she got it going on. So
Yeah.
she's on the show, and then she will even show us some live different things. Not on the first show, y'all. Don't do that. So we have her. We also have Miss Robin, who's coming from also the Black community, the grandma. We have Miss Rhonda. And
Yeah.
Miss Rhonda, I know, is going to reach an audience that I would never be able to come across to. I have been, her and her husband are retired. He got one foot, he's carnivore-ish. Her
Carnivorish.
husband is male. Yes. So we got ketovore, carnivore, and carnivore-ish. And that's right now where male kind of goes in back and forth. And then our
Mhm.
last individual is Rebecca.
Woohoo!
If you don't know of Rebecca, she is the carnivore family. And
Yes.
she has 8 children and a husband, and all 10 of them are carnivore. From the
Amazing.
2-year-old to I think the 16-year-old. Might have had a birthday and be 17, but
Mhm.
yes, you got a set of twins in there. All of them are carnivores. All of them. Hey,
Amazing. Hey,
yes,
Christy.
thank you. So,
We are
yeah,
excited also.
we really, really are. So you'll be able to pull. You want to know what kind of things to feed your young. I can't tell you. She turns around for lunches, birthday. How did they handle Halloween? You'll get all of that. Same thing from Laura, same thing from Rhonda, same thing from Rhonda. And then there's me. There isn't anyone in charge. We all are sitting around, just like with the ladies. Some go out and kill, some do so on, so some watch the Cubs, but we're all one unit. And I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes. I love this
Yeah,
idea, Christy.
yes,
Yes. Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
it is. As a matter of fact, I'm actually gonna be a lioness. I'm on their schedule. Yeah. And
Yes,
so
yes.
I am super, super excited about that for what we can do. I love what you're doing, Rhonda. Girl, I don't know how you got the phone numbers of all these doctors.
Me,
I'm
Robin?
still waiting. Yeah, you.
I
Thank
be
you,
trying.
Linda.
I just be scared and I'm just
Mondays
doing it
at
scared.
7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So this Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you out there in California, it'd be 4 p.m. you guys time. Yeah, every time I turn around, I say now. And here's the thing. Well, 2 of the doctors have already replied, and I'm like, but y'all already in there with Rhonda. I'm just trying to set things up. And I know where you're coming from with your heart, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful, and I get to share a piece of that every Monday at 7 p.m.
Yes,
So
yes,
now I'm
yes.
just blessed forever, y'all. And then anybody that knows our show, I co-host with my husband. Y'all, he always trying to crack on me. He really, really is. And it's just too funny. And we have people that talk about it as well. They're like, your feelings don't get hurt. No, because I know that man loved me. It's like,
Yes,
no, we laugh and joke and crack up with one another all the time. The
that's
queen
right.
lions, yes. The
Yes,
felines,
indeed.
yes.
Yes, indeed. All right, folks, we are over our time, but G, I just want to thank you so much for coming and being on my show. You're awesome. G is the mastermind, y'all. When you see it, just know that G is the mastermind and she's putting us all in place and we are so thankful for her. So, do you want to have any last words, G, for the folks?
We will see. Oh, look, your phone went off because I just did the ding. My last words is if you've never done this, partner up with somebody for 30 days. If they decide not to do it, you
Come with
go
us.
ahead and
We
do
got
it.
you. We got
Yes,
you.
you go ahead and do it.
Yeah,
And I love one of the things Laura said. She started this right before Thanksgiving because she felt that if she made it through Thanksgiving, that she can do anything. And a
that's
lot of times we will wait. It's like, oh, I got a birthday coming up. I'm telling you that those items are harming you.
that's right.
So yeah, it is not let's load up on them because the first few days you still got to detox. So
Right.
just cut your losses. Come on. I
Come
told
on.
you I'm 30. I'm 33. You better come on, get on the ship
Come
and
on.
line dance with me, honey. I've been practicing.
Yes.
I am ready. Y'all don't understand. Ready, honey. I am ready to go.
All right, you
Yes.
guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Thank you guys.